I think the one section that really captivated me in the exhibit was the Inventing Whiteness section. And this was primarily because growing up, I struggled with a lot of learning how to love myself. And that's primarily because with the TV shows I watched, like the books I read, I mainly saw white characters with blonde hair and blue eyes. And I became accustomed to seeing that I thought that was the only version of beauty. I didn't exactly know how to process or speak to like my sisters or my parents about it because I felt ashamed to even acknowledge that I was a darker skinned person. Like I didn't even want to say that into existence. It just was really confusing for me because I didn't understand where it was coming from. Why is it that it became so triggering to people when they saw me? Or when I stepped in the room, that was the first thing that people would always talk about or make jokes about. Coming and seeing this exhibit post summer 2020 makes me view it in a very different way. The new components about mass incarceration, police brutality, were really hard to see because I know a vast amount of people in jail right now are Black and brown people. And compared to other countries, like the display was literally through the roof. I think that there's this narrative that we have in our society that Black and brown people are the only ones that commit crime, but then right across from that display, you see how there are people who have committed crimes, but they talked about how they're able to move on with their lives and what their professions are, and how their race played a role into it. And it really made me think of the concept of white privilege and how that plays into criminal justice and also policing. And the murder of George Floyd, I think, forced people to recognize the reality that Black people have to go through every day when having encounters with the police. I have learned to live with disappointment with the criminal justice system because they have continuously let down Black people. But I do hope and pray that this year will be different.